Hey, all, we're back in the book Spiritual Leadership by J. Oswald Sanders. We're in chapter 6, entitled Pauline Sidelights on Leadership. And I need to mention there are many versions of this book in all shapes and sizes and colors. I've got one here, and it's in a more modern translation. And rather than Pauline Sidelights on Leadership, it says Insights on Leadership from Paul. So next chapter, chapter 7, is Peterin sidelights on leadership, insights on leadership from Peter. But in this chapter, the Apostle Paul puts front and center one of the best statements in Scripture on spiritual leadership. And he says, this is a trustworthy saying. If anyone aspires to the office of overseer or a spiritual leader, he desires a noble task. He desires a good thing. And it goes through, you should read this. I'm not going to spend the time here, but it highlights all these character and personality. As a matter of fact, it goes through social qualifications, moral qualifications, mental, personal, domestic, maturity. It's a funny thing, in the older version of the book, it says, a leader must not be pugnacious. Don't be pugnacious. What does that mean? It means don't be quarrelsome. Don't try to pick a fight. You know, people like that, don't you? Well, I want to focus in on one that's near and dear to my heart, and it is that he must manage his own household well with all dignity, keeping his children submissive. For if someone does not know how to manage his own household, how will he care for God's church? Really good point. And it talks about how our homes need to be godly. You see, we don't just exercise spiritual gifts and leadership at church. It needs to center in the home. We need to be on the same page with our wife. She needs to share our vision and our calling to be that leader. Man, that is such an advantage when you have someone that you're in one accord with, where you pray about, talk about, work on leadership together. So often my wife can encourage people much better than I can. She'll have an insight and a discernment that will help me as I lead. So be on the same page with your wife. Manage your children well. Now, no children are perfect. And, somebody may interrupt you at a restaurant and say, well, they're out of order or whatever. Or they may say, oh, they're perfect. And you're going, no, they're not perfect. But they need to know the Lord. They need to be exposed to the truth of Scripture and realize that you are a Christian and you have standards in your home and they're falling in line with that. So really, it's a great passage just on all these things. And as we continue to strive to be the spiritual leaders, meditate on this. Really great stuff. Look at the points that are made in the book. They're excellent, they're soul searching, and they're very helpful. So there you go. God bless you guys. Enjoy the read.